It will begin on a day like any other. The sun will rise, traffic will flow, the world scrolling endlessly through another Tuesday. And then, the great interruption. A soundless call that empties a moving car, a silent cry that leaves a workplace half deserted. Confusion, fear, and the realization that prophecy has spoken all along. Revelation declares, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him." But the scriptures also warn of a moment before, like a thief in the night, the great disappearance known as the Rapture. Are these two events in God's final act, or one blazing moment that will shake heaven and earth? This is not speculation. It is the most urgent question of our time. Welcome back to Prophecy Matrix, the channel where we decode the divine blueprint. Stay with us as we unravel the ultimate mystery, the rapture and the second coming of Christ. From the very first generation of Christians, one conviction has burned at the core of their faith, the promise that Jesus Christ would return. This was not presented as a vague hope or a poetic metaphor. It was proclaimed as a certainty, a cornerstone of the gospel itself. In John 14:3, Jesus spoke plainly to his disciples, "I will come again and take you to myself, that where I am you may be also." To the persecuted church of the first century, living under the shadow of Rome, this promise was more than comfort, it was their lifeline. But here's the mystery. The New Testament describes his return in more than one way. Sometimes it is pictured as sudden and secret, like a thief in the night. Other times it is described as public, cosmic, and undeniable, with power, trumpets, and angels filling the sky. Are these two different events, or two perspectives on the same reality? That question has ignited centuries of debate, and it lies at the very heart of prophecy today. For many believers, the rapture and the second coming are distinct. The rapture is seen as the moment when Christ comes invisibly for his church, rescuing them from the coming wrath. The second coming, by contrast, is his public, triumphant return to judge the nations and establish his kingdom. Two stages of one great event. One for the faithful, one for the whole world. Others argue differently. They see no separation. To them, the rapture and the second coming are the same moment, described from two angles. But while scholars debate, the scriptures speak with one voice about the certainty. He is coming back. Prophecy is not about satisfying curiosity. It is about awakening urgency. Whether in two stages or one glorious unveiling, the message remains the same. Be ready. The word rapture does not appear in most English Bibles, and yet the idea is unmistakable. In 1 Thessalonians 4:16-17, Paul describes it vividly. "For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a cry of command, with the voice of an archangel, and with the sound of the trumpet of God. And the dead in Christ will rise first. Then we who are alive, who are left, will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air." The phrase, "caught up," is the Greek harpazo, to seize suddenly. In Latin, it became rapturo, the root of rapture. Imagine the moment. Millions of believers across centuries transformed in an instant. Graves opening, bodies glorified, the faithful lifted into the sky. Families divided, workplaces emptied, conversations cut off mid-sentence. Two standing side by side, one gone, one left. Paul calls this a mystery, not unknowable, but once hidden and now revealed. Mortal bodies clothed with immortality. The rapture is not escape. It is transformation. It is the mortal becoming immortal, the corruptible clothed in incorruption. But here lies the warning. It is selective.
I don't care.
Titles, wealth, and appearances won't matter. Only genuine faith. Jesus' parable of the 10 virgins makes it plain. Some will be ready, others will not. The door will close, and the chance will be gone. For some, the rapture is God's deliverance before wrath falls. For others, it's part of tribulation itself. But whichever view is right, the purpose is unchanged. Live ready. If the rapture is the great disappearance, the tribulation is the great unveiling of judgment. Jesus declared, "For then there will be great tribulation, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be." Imagine the aftermath of the rapture. Economies collapse, governments scramble, fear grips nations. Into the chaos rises a figure promising peace, the Antichrist. Not a tyrant by brute force, but by deception. Revelation 13 describes him as the beast empowered by dark forces, demanding allegiance and worship. He establishes a system of control, symbolized by the mark of the beast, without which no one can buy or sell. Literal or symbolic, the meaning is clear: total submission. Humanity will face the ultimate choice: conform to the beast or remain faithful to God. The tribulation is not only tyranny, it is cosmic upheaval. Revelation describes earthquakes, seas turn to blood, the sun darkened, stars falling, creation itself convulses. And yet, even in judgment, there is mercy. Voices will rise, witnesses will testify, and many will turn to Christ, even at the cost of their lives. But the danger is not persecution alone, it is deception. False prophets will perform signs, leading many astray. And in an age where technology shapes truth and lies spread like fire, the infrastructure of prophecy is already in place. The tribulation is both wrath and harvest, darkness and light, the crucible of faith, and it prepares the stage for the most dramatic unveiling of all, the return of the King. If the rapture is sudden and selective, and the tribulation is dark and devastating, the second coming is universal and glorious. Revelation 1:7, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him." Every eye, no hiding, no doubt. Picture the heavens ablaze, trumpets echo, angels descend. Christ appears with eyes like fire, crowned with many crowns, riding a white horse, followed by the armies of heaven. Written on his robe and thigh, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The Antichrist and his armies gather at Armageddon, but this is no battle. With a word, the king destroys his enemies. The beast and the false prophet are cast into the lake of fire. History's rebellion ends in a single moment. Yet his coming is not just judgment, it is restoration. Christ reigns for 1,000 years. Peace, justice, and righteousness cover the earth. The oppressed are vindicated. Creation itself breathes relief. The second coming is vindication not only of Christ, but of his people. Those despised and persecuted will shine with him in glory. The end of the story is not despair, but renewal. Revelation 20 reveals the great white throne. All humanity stands before it, kings and beggars alike. The books are opened, every deed, every thought revealed. What matters is one thing. Is your name written in the Lamb's book of life? For those who belong to Christ, the verdict is grace. For those who rejected him, the verdict is separation, the second death. But then John sees the new Jerusalem descending like a bride adorned for her husband, a new heaven, a new earth, a city radiant with God's glory. No temple, for the Lord himself is its temple. No sun or moon, for his light fills it. Here, every tear is wiped away. No more death, no more pain. The earth is undone. The tree of life grows again, healing the nations. This is the destiny of prophecy. Not destruction, but restoration. Not despair, but everlasting joy. And so, friends, we come to the end of this journey. From promise to rapture, from tribulation to the second coming, from judgment to the new creation. At the center of all prophecy lies one question. Are you ready? If the trumpet sounded tonight, where would you stand? The King is coming. History is not random. Your life is not meaningless. The end is written, and it ends with his appearing. If this message has spoken to you, here's what you can do. Subscribe to Prophecy Matrix for the next revelation. Like this video so it reaches more people. Share it with someone you love. And write in the comments, Lord, I am ready. Because prophecy is not about curiosity. It is about preparation. Not the end of the story, but the beginning of eternity. The signs are before us. The time is short, and the King is coming. Will you be ready?